Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
I think in hindsight, if New Zealand look back at this, we talked about it. It's not that Dew played a part or as big a part as we expected it to play, simply because India also bowled up front with a wet ball and New Zealand had the opportunity to add another 40 runs there at that point.
Yeah, I think it's a good wake-up call, or people who make scheduling, that they could start doing this, because a lot of people do feel that, and especially the guys who are playing, we keep hearing from them that it makes a huge difference when you bat first and when you bat second. So if there is such a difference and it's a day-night game, you can even push the game a little further back. Not to say that we must only play in Dew, but if there is, then at least it's equivalent for both teams. Both teams have to go through that, and we saw that today. And to give credit to all the bowlers who bowled today and played the game, I think there was only about 2 balls that I can remember that actually came out of somebody's hand where they didn't want it to go, or a little plus minus. And so there is a way to do it, because you saw the Indian spinners do so well with the Dew being there from first over in that game. They did brilliantly. Even the New Zealand bowlers did well. Santner may have got hit for those sixes, but if you take those sixes out, he's still around that 18-19. The problem that we had with Santner when he was dry also was not to hit sixes or fours. It's the singles that you've not been able to get off him. So everybody showed that actually when it's wet and it's horribly bad, it's impossible to grip. I understand. I experienced it. But these players are learning how to bowl with it. So, but I still have to wait and see. When the pressure comes, this game becomes different. This is the same simple game, 5.5 ounce ball, 22 yards. So, and now with the wet ball, we saw today wet ball didn't bother anybody, but there was no pressure on either side of bowling. I feel of that kind that, somebody's going after you, now what to do, what will happen. That pressure didn't come to either side. So maybe we'll wait and watch another game. Calcutta will give you definitely more Dew than this.
Yeah, I can tell you that. I even having not played the game, coming from that city, I've grown up there to see that Dew, and of course, the other gentleman I'm coming to knows a thing or two about it for a very different reason, DK. Eden Gardens, plenty of Dew around.
It's a bit like a flood situation there. Back home, back end of the game, it is a very, very bad situation. It's nature. I think it's the beauty of how the world works, and we got to live with it. I think we get most number of viewers watching the game post 8 o'clock. So that's why game starts at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock mostly, so that the kids can watch, the people who have finished work can watch. So you're playing it that time. I feel they should find a way to make things even for both teams. So this was a great opportunity, a great spectacle, where even the bowling team first had a problem with the Dew, and if they can bring it consistently for all games, I know the bowlers are going to complain saying, why should we bowl with the wet ball when it obviously isn't wet, but at least it gives you a fair chance at a match, and it doesn't make it one-sided with the toss. If you can find a way to get sprinklers in, or the other day I saw a tractor with water pouring out from the side. They had this pipe sort of a situation where they obviously pour water. So if you could use that outside the 30-yard circle and get that part of it slightly wet before the game, then it almost mimics the chances of Dew coming in and gives both the team batting first and the team batting second equal opportunities to score off a wet ball. And I think that is the best way. If they're playing a day game, then fair enough. I don't think where Dew is a problem. But if they're playing night games, I think that is a way to negate the fact that only one team is affected by the Dew. When both teams get affected, yes, the bowlers will complain, the batsmen will keep smiling, but at least the match will be played on an even platform, and that's what you want to see. Today, the better team, without a doubt, the team that bowled better was India, and hence India won the game. It was not just because the India bowled when the ball was good and New Zealand bowled when the ball was wet. That complaint is not going to happen. India were far more skilled with the spinners and with their fast bowlers bowling cutters, and they deserved to win because they bowled better. And batting, they did definitely bat better, but they bowled better than New Zealand, and that was standout for me, and that's what I liked about this game.